flip out. Sami Zayn, he dropped the WWE Championship to CM Punk, a returning CM Punk at that. So CM Punk, he made his triumphant return. We have not seen him since the Raw after WrestleMania, but after he had the interaction with Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes was attacked early in the night by Gunther, and that is when Adam Pearce said, "You know what, Sammy, you are still defending the WWE Championship no matter what." And we got to return to CM Punk. And to many people's surprise, CM Punk became the WWE Champion. This isn't even a pay-per-view! Gotta love that soundbite. So CM Punk defeats Sami Zayn in Sami Zayn's first title defense in 9 days. And the internet essentially was in an uproar. We got a bunch of angry tweets from the likes of Becky Lynch. We got this from MJF. MJF, he posted this. And we also got a lot of CM Hogan memes. We got that popped up on the screen for us over the last few days after watching CM Punk defeat Sami Zayn. And a lot of people are also comparing him to The Rock because CM Punk is essentially becoming what he didn't want to be and what he stood against, and that is somebody who comes in after being gone X amount of months and wins the title. Now, everybody, I said, was happy for Sami Zayn when he won the championship. I was not here last week, so I did not really have able to give my perspective on Sami Zayn winning, but I thought Sami Zayn winning was actually very interesting and a complete shocker because I would have never thought that Sami Zayn would become the WWE champion. Never thought they would do it, but they actually did it. And right here in this image right here, you see Kevin Owens Sami Zayn along with Kevin Owens and Becky Lynch. They were notably happy for him, and they sent out tweets. That's the wrestling fandom, the wrestlers, the fans, they were all behind Sami Zayn becoming the WWE champion, and they definitely did get a kick out of it. And they also were quick to tell us how they felt about it. Becky Lynch specifically said that Sami Zayn was robbed. We had Kevin Owens post a picture of the boogeyman, and we also had Sami Zayn crashing out. I'm not sure if I could play it because I don't want him to get copyrighted, but we got Sami Zayn crashing out. After Raw Monday night, after the championship was lost by Sami Zayn. Let's see if I can get this off. Let's see if I can get this off. I'm curious. Let's try it. Let's try if I can get this off.
How is it that after 24 years of crawling and inching for every little inch to get the WWE Championship, after I finally get it, 9 days after I get it, that piece of can walk back in here after not being here for months, and waltz right in and get it? Get a chance?
All right, we'll stop it right there just in case I don't get flagged. We'll stop that right there. So, as I said, a lot of people, they were very happy for Sami Zayn, and they kept the same energy and were very disappointed in the post of it. We said Becky Lynch, she was quick to sit there. She was quick to give her 2 cents about the situation, and she was very upset for Sami Zayn. As I said, Sami Zayn is very beloved by his peers. He's beloved by wrestling fans, and everybody was legit upset. Like, look at this. Like, for real. Like seriously, look at this. Like, you'll see like how people really feel about Sami Zayn. Right here, we got Becky Lynch saying Sami was robbed. If we go somewhere, we go back to Kevin Owens' Twitter page, you'll see that Kevin Owens. Let me see here. We'll see what Kevin Owens had to say. Kevin Owens, he posted a picture of the boogeyman, which I thought was actually pretty funny and interesting, as you guys can see right here. And Kenta was also one that says, saying, I don't like this. But it was definitely something interesting to think about because a title change like that, like everybody, when Sami Zayn won, everybody was already booking him to lose. Everybody was speculating that he would drop the title to Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar would be the one to take the title off of him, and that ended up being Obafemi's championship match. And that's how Obafemi would get his championship match because Obafemi said he'll worry about the title later and he'll take care of Brock Lesnar right now. So also, people who have also been covering this, one of my favorite shows it is becoming one of my favorite shows, and that's good old Vince Russo and Jonathan Coachman. And they had this to say about Sami Zayn dropping the championship to CM Punk.
Stickers coming in, and we'll get to all of them as soon as we can. So, Vince, this is the first day, and you and I have been clipped off everywhere. All these wrestling sites that clip our stuff, because we have been kind of the Sami Zayn show, whether or not he delivered, deserved it or not. And we said on Monday, if they clip him and they take it away after 9 days, you've got to feel bad for him. Not only did they bring CM Punk back, they then, Vince, made him do a social media video where he was upset at the opportunity that CM Punk had to then beat him and become the undisputed champ. Let's start with the 9-day run. How unfair or fair was that?
Well, Coach, I think the bigger issue for me is, and again, everybody knows I look at everything from a writing perspective, and you brought this up on our last show. Now, keep in mind, on our last show, Sami was still the champion. Yep. You brought this up on our last show. You got to go back to Sami's promo on SmackDown, where it was, and I told you so promo. That was the promo. I can come out here and say this, and I can come out here and say that, and I'm going to come out here. It wasn't I told you so promo. Coach, when I write, you got to protect the talent.
Always.
So Sami going out there and cutting an I told you so promo and losing the title 3 days after that. Yes, Sami, they were right. They were 100% right. And if I'm writing.
So a lot of people, they give me flack for actually still listen to Vince Russo. I don't listen to him all the time, but I will say this: a lot of their takes I do agree with. Do I think their way of going about things is dated? Absolutely. But as from a writing perspective, and when it comes to things like this, I 100% agree. The fans were right about this. So let's continue.
That show, and I know I'm switching the title, taking the title off of Sami in 3 days. Coach, he's not cutting that promo.
Thank you. That was my question.
It absolutely buries him. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. Now I lost it 3 days later. That buries the talent, Coach.
What was the line that he used on SmackDown? You can kiss my ass. For all of you that thought you can kiss my ass. That's what he said multiple times. So, Vince, do you think either A, they didn't tell him and tried to play it off on Monday like, hey, we made this decision over the weekend? Or did they tell him and say, listen, you just got to go along with the process and you've got to do this promo and the social media promo backstage after you lose the title? Or none of the above?
Man, Coach, for their sake, I hope they told him. I hope that he knew. If this is a guy walking into the building on Monday and they're breaking this news to him, that is wrong on every single level. We would have to assume that this was a plan for a little while. It's been Chicago. Everybody's talking about CM Punk. We know Triple H is the king of pops. They did not come up with this over the weekend. They didn't want Punk to beat Cody, so they gave Sami Zayn the belt for 9 months. I would have to believe he cut that promo, and I'm not saying he cut that promo on his own. They may have given him that promo, but I would have to believe he knew exactly what was going to happen in 3 days.
So you just hit something that I'm trying to wrap my head around, and that is they did not want CM Punk to beat Cody. Although that's the match we're headed to for SummerSlam now. At least that's what I believe. So if they wanted Sami to step in, Sami is a very smart guy. We would never take – he's a very, very smart guy. And genuinely, Vince, because these are human beings, I feel bad for him. As a human being, as a talent, as a person who's been in pro wrestling for over 20 years, I feel bad for him because you realistically, even though the title is a way to get to some place, it's still real in the moment to the talent. You still earned something. You still, man, I put in the time. I put in, and they're going to put the strap on me, and I'm going to be at the top of the business. for 9 days. And when you
So
think
Coach
of
is right here. So for somebody like Sami Zayn, who's had this long journey from the independents to NXT to WWE, guys like that, this moment actually does mean something here. And with this championship match and him losing the title, it's kind of like a slap in the face. So I 100% agree with him. Like I said, everybody was so happy for Sami Zayn when he won the championship, and everybody was just as upset when he did lose the championship just 9 days later. Let's continue.
like that. Boy, my goodness. In his hotel room, when he was by himself on Monday night, don't you believe in some kind of way that he had to be sitting there going, damn, did I really deserve that?
Especially when you ask the why. The why. Here's the why. The pop in Chicago. That's what it was all about, Coach. And if I'm Sammy, yeah, that pisses me off. If we're going to do this for a pop, that is just momentarily. The pop is here and then it's gone. The pop is gone in 5 minutes. The pop is forgotten. If that's what you're going to do it for, yeah, I got an issue with that. Now,
Punk was like, "You guys want me to come back in Chicago, and you want me to lose?" Punk was like,
"No, brother, doesn't work for me."
Let's continue.
Coach, if there was a built-in storyline and, we had a game plan and everybody was on board with the storyline and it was long-term, no problem. But let's be clear about this. They did that for the pop in Chicago.
Now, I brought this up on social media. I don't read my mentions. I happen to be scrolling through, every now and then, and I had a couple of people go, Coach, they didn't do this for the pop at Chicago. This was storyline driven. It just happened to be in Chicago. I didn't respond because I was like, this is so stupid. If this wasn't about Chicago, then you would have waited until Friday on SmackDown on the show that it was supposed to be on, because it's supposed to be a brand split. This is two completely different universes, two completely different shows. At least that's what they tell us. This was all about Chicago. That's why they had this title on Monday Night Raw. And the casual fan, which you're always telling us, Vince, is the most important one to get to. You now have them interacting with the two biggest titles in wrestling, and it's confusing because they're on the same show now.
All right. So that was Coach and Vince Russo on the Sami Zayn championship reign. So as I discussed, and as they said, that now Cody and CM Punk unofficially are pretty much set for a collision course for SummerSlam. Now, it's interesting to note because this is one thing I will say that I'm very intrigued about. The fact of we haven't heard CM Punk talk, because you have to assume the way CM Punk is, he hears the noise and understands what's going on. Sami Zayn was probably at his least interesting when he won the championship. So now he even has, so now with this short title reign, he's garnered a lot of sympathy, and now CM Punk is hearing all this noise, and now I think CM Punk is hearing everything everybody's actually saying, and that might implement into what he actually has to say on SmackDown Friday night. Now, the fact that we didn't hear him talk, we could get a heel promo out of him. We can get him acknowledged and everything, but also he will eventually face Cody. And the thing is anybody really going to boo the opponent for Cody at this point, because Cody's been so stale? Now, also, Sami Zayn, he cut that promo for that post match, and then Gunther and Cody, they still have something to go about since Gunther did take him out. And now we have to assume that we're going to get a triple threat to see who faces faces Punk at SummerSlam. And now we have to also assume, well, it's pretty much confirmed that it's going to be Cody, not unofficially confirmed, but we all know that it is going to be Cody versus CM Punk at SummerSlam in a few weeks. So let me know what you guys think about Sami Zayn's short title reign. Let me know what you guys think about CM Punk returning, and let me know what you think there's going to be happening between CM Punk. Well, not CM Punk, but Cody, Gunther, and Sami Zayn to get the CM Punk. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right. So Speaking of CM Punk's, well, not CM Punk, speaking of Gunther has had his hands full lately. So Gunther has had his hands full with SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis. Right after the match at Night of Champions,